Welcome to the Black Business Live podcast today, and we are so honored to have on camera in virtual reality our CEO and founder of LAMIK Beauty, Miss Kim Roxie. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kim.
Hi, so excited to be here.
We're so excited for you to be here as well. Where are you calling in from?
I am calling in today from Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street.
Oh, wow. That's exciting. I love Black Wall Street. We're so glad that you're here. We've been following you online as well and seeing your tremendous progression of bringing LAMIK Beauty to the retail market space. So we just really want to tap into your journey today and learn more about you, your company, your journey, your inspiration behind the beauty products and all that you have to offer. So we'll kick it off.
Absolutely. And in this season of Black Business Live podcast, we have spent time to explore the brands in our communities who are in the manufacturing space. So we've had the chance to speak to an electronic manufacturer, and today we are so excited because you are in the beauty industry, and not just beauty, but you are also really focused on women of color, and your products are more vegan and sustainable as well. So we wanted to explore that with you, and we'll start our questioning along those lines.
Yeah. So can you take us to the first part, like take us back a little bit about LAMIK Beauty and what was your inspiration for creating such a brand, especially focusing on women of color?
Well, I like to say, first of all, I am a woman of color. So I think that for me as a Black woman, our makeup line is for all women, all shades, because women of color come in all shades, actually. Come from albino to a beautiful, deepest hue that you've defined. So I like to say a lot of makeup brands are leaving deeper skin tones out. And we just have included I've included myself. That's all I've done in this. So it's not so much unique that we're approaching women of color. We're actually a brand that's inclusive of all. And so unlike others who sort of exclude certain shades, we're not doing that. And so I'm excited that I can be a Black woman who's making makeup for all women because I understand all of the different undertones of skin. And so it's really started so we could celebrate all of our different looks. But then at the same time, when I looked at the beauty industry, 75% of beauty products marketed to us were toxic. And I wanted something about that. My mother actually passed away from metastatic breast cancer, and she loved makeup. And one of the things that I thought, what is something I can do something about? And makeup was one of the things. I had started in the beauty industry at 21 years old, opening up a makeup shop in a mall in Houston, Texas. And so I had that experience working with customers every day. And so when my best friend, my mom, passed away from breast cancer, and I looked at this number, this jarring number of 75% of beauty products marketed to us are toxic, I said, I can do something about that. And that's where I met when I went out to meet my chemist and do all of those things and started to create LAMIK. And really it came from me wanting to pay honor and pay tribute to my mother and give her the makeup brand that she deserved.
Absolutely love that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. And the name LAMIK, what was the inspiration behind that name? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So LAMIK stands for love and makeup and kindness. Love and kindness is your true makeup because beauty is revealed and not applied. So LAMIK is an acronym that reminds you of who you are. And I had to use that acronym as my affirmation. I was diagnosed with a form of alopecia that caused hair loss. And for me, I felt like what I looked at as, a part of my beauty was my hair. And I had to redefine what that looked like for me. So that love and kindness, being your true makeup, is something that I had to tell myself and rely on and affirm myself in. And so LAMIK is an affirmation. It is a reminder of who you are. Even in our products here. This is our Revelation Brow Duo. It has beauty is revealed, not applied.
Wow.
On the inside compact. So it can just remind you every day to go out and reveal your beauty to the world, give it the best you have. And it's not looking good on the outside is important, and you should feel like you look good. But always know that what's revealed from you is the best that you're really given.
That is so special. I love that. And it's those little reminders, right? Where I use Post-it notes. I stick them up all over the place to remind me of things with affirmations and stuff in the morning on the refrigerator or wherever throughout the house. And so what a great place to have that in your makeup compact. So you have to look at yourself in the mirror. So I love that. So tell us, as someone scaling a retail product line, what does Black excellence mean to you, Kim?
I think that Black excellence is normal from what I understand. I am, sitting here in the home of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we have expanded our distribution and we actually ship our products from here. And we also opened up our storefront here. We have a store here off of Greenwood, down on the end there. And I look at Black excellence as, not something that's rare and like you got to go find it. And I look at it as it's very normal. The neighborhood I come from, I can think of so many Black excellent people that I was around. I think about the teachers that I had in school. I think about even I was kicked out of high school, and even when I had to go to alternative school and got that I wasn't excellent myself. That actually that was just the rock or the foundation that I needed to really motivate me to reach for higher. So Black excellence for me is just not like this sort of fantasy. It's real life. It's reality. It's the people that I'm around all the time.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's an interesting topic because many of our speakers have said the same thing as the people we surround ourselves with. And we have the community that helps us to achieve that and to believe in ourselves. So just wanted to just give you a quick shout out there because you're also now propagating that same community through the affirmations that you're sharing in your beauty products as well. So you talked about being in Oklahoma, having your distribution center there. So you've navigated you've scaled through lots of challenges on the retail side. I saw a video of you at JCPenney recently. I know you're out there in many of the retail stores. Tell us about that experience. How did you get through that? Because you said you started, with your own makeup store, and then now you're manufacturing and you're breaking the barriers in retail and distribution. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, it is happening in real time. And then I didn't really understand or know how much of a barrier I was going to be breaking. If I would have known, I don't know if I would have done it, because it had I didn't know it was such a glass shattering thing. I thought that, what I was doing was just trying to make our mark. I knew what I was doing was missing in the market. That's the reason why I decided to do it. But I didn't understand the real challenges and the real barriers that we have to break through just for the brand to see the light of day. You know what I mean? So our products are carried first. We launched March 2020 as a national makeup brand on our own website, e-commerce, direct to consumer, being able to buy it there. We did live shopping shows on Facebook. I did a live shopping show on Facebook with my daughter for 4 years consecutively from 2020 to 2024, every Friday night. And then we expanded to Ulta.com, which we're on now. And then we won a pitch competition to get on Ulta.com. And then we got on JCPenney.com. And you've seen us with the trunk shows. We're the first brand that JCPenney Beauty has ever done trunk shows with.
Wow.
So are really creating a playbook for how independent brands can actually launch into retail.
Yeah.
And we just launched on Nordstrom.com recently, and we're doing trunk shows inside of their stores now. And then we also launched in 35 Hy-Vee stores in the Midwest.
Wow.
We're actually sold there. When I think about LAMIK, I think a little bit of like a science experiment. It's all an experiment. It's all, you understand that it's needed. But everything that's needed doesn't mean it's going to be easy to get it there. And so we continue to strive and build and opportunities like this to share our story and to tell people about LAMIK Beauty. Let other people know, and hopefully people will go directly to our website and shop us and want to see a brand like ours prosper.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, your trajectory has been phenomenal, right? So many brands are out there and struggle to figure out how to get partnerships with major retail stores such as yourself, right? And so how do you share those strategies? Are you sharing those strategies? Will people be able to reach out to you to get more information, to kind of follow your exact playbook? What does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, anyone who actually follows me on social media is already getting the playbook. So, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm always sharing on LinkedIn. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. Me personally, Kim Roxie, KIMROXIE. And then LAMIK Beauty as well. We're always doing things too. But yeah, I mean, I think it's all about if you want to know, you can find out because we always are sharing. I'm always sharing opportunities. Sometimes I'm doing videos on grant opportunities that are around. I'm giving tips that I have. I do business coaching. So all of those are opportunities to connect with me, whether it be just through social media and getting the information out, but now, or for a more formal relationship. I also have those opportunities as well. So it's not hard to find me. If you just contact me online through social, you can get me.
Yeah, and we'll make sure we share your social handles as well. But Kim, I mean, I've seen your brand in so many places. I remember, in fact, the LAMIK Beauty, I just took it as a household staple, so testament to just the success of what you're doing. You are a Tory Burch Fellow. You were mentioned among the top 100 American Express women, 100 women program. You've been involved with the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce. I mean, you're out there in community. So tell us about that and tell us how that has impacted your success as a Black woman navigating these uncharted waters.
Yeah, so I think that it's really important, not to get lonely going on. Entrepreneurship can feel very lonely because you're having to make decisions and you're having to always pivot and be adaptable and all those things. And so I believe doing it in community makes it better. We a community-driven brand. So meaning that, some brands are influencer-driven, some are celebrity-driven. We're community-driven. We wouldn't hear if it was not for our community. I was making a phone call yesterday looking for a makeup artist for a friend of mine and she's actually another founder who me and her do a big event together on Martha's Vineyard during the summer, buying Black Marketplace. And anybody interested, please contact me. But me and her do this event together. Well, she was going to San Francisco this week for a pitch that she has coming up. And she needed someone to do her makeup. And so she was like, Kim, I know you know somebody. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I know anybody. So anyway, I'm looking around. I'm trying to see who's in San Francisco who can do her makeup. I finally, one of my customers referred someone that they knew. Their sister referred someone that they knew. So it was a couple of degrees of separation. Well, I call her up and I say, hey, this is Kim. You may not know me, but I have a friend who's looking for a makeup artist. Are you available this such and such time? And then she goes, yeah, I'm available. Very nice, very pleasant. And she goes, what's your name again? And I said, Roxie, you may not know me. I was like, but, such and such gave me your name. And she was like, no, I do. She's like, LAMIK, right? And I was like, yeah. He was like, I contributed to your iPhone Women campaign, a rewards-based crowdfunding campaign in 2019 to be able to launch LAMIK nationally in 2020. She actually was a contributor to that campaign. Never met her before. She never had met me, but she ran across my story, and she has been following me. And she was just like, I can't believe I'm on the phone with you right now.
Wow.
And so I say that to say that, a lot, as a Black woman, it's hard to raise venture capital. Statistics talk about how we only raise 0.006% or something crazy, less than 1% of venture capital to build our companies. And with a company like mine, most cosmetic brands raise a lot of venture capital to go out in the marketplace. Well, we have not. And I had to turn to crowdfunding, particularly this platform called iPhone Women, where people would just contribute for different rewards or things like that to be able to raise the money. We raised $50,000 in a month to be able to launch LAMIK nationally. But my point is that, almost 6 years later, I'm on the phone with a person who didn't even know, just read the story, contributed, and has been following the journey and has been inspired by it, and everything has been a customer. And I was on the phone with her, and she's a makeup artist in San Francisco. So now we're connected. All those things are happening. But it just goes to show that sometimes your struggle, which was raising capital, and it was a struggle, and I leaned in towards this crowdfunding, which I did not want to do. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to look like I was begging for money for my business. Like, why don't you have it on your own? But I had to do it, or else we wouldn't have been able to go on. And I did that. But look at this inspiration, connection, everything she said. She's so inspired. She's looking to do something and come out with the company, and just she's been inspired by my journey, the way that we've been able to grow from that happening. So those are the things that you don't even dream of, but that's the impact that we're making.
Yeah. And fundraising, you touched on fundraising, but fundraising in community and with those who believe in your mission. I think that's the difference, because yes, people are fundraising all the time. They're looking for venture capitalists and angel investors, etc. But one thing that you've done is you've worked with people at the grassroots level, people who are just everyday beauticians, moms, daughters, community people, but they believe in your mission, and they were able to take your mission from that stage to the next level that you needed to get to. And look, they're still part of the community today. So I think it's a lessons learned for many brands as well, because sometimes we're aiming for those VC funding or trying to get the seed funding, etc. But sometimes that power is right there in your community, and it's connecting with the community, with your story, that helps to bring that vision to light. What do you say, Belva?
I think that's phenomenal, because without community, you really can't go anywhere, literally, right? And one thing that I'm getting from this conversation as well, and seeing your content online, is that you're a leader, and being in such a broad cosmetics, right? Cosmetics is such a broad industry, but you've narrowed it down to a niche to really specifically highlight products for people with melanin skin and all the many shades, right, that we come in. And you being that voice of inspiration for other smaller brands to say, I can follow the same format that Kim Roxie is doing, and I can, even if you broke it down in different parts, right? Not everything that you've done, but I like how you've done it in a very grassroots way. And that's a way that people can not only join your community and follow you, but network with you, partner with you, come in and support each other and one another in the events. And so I'm looking forward, as the Black Business Podcast, I'm feeling like we need to pop up at one of your events in the community. And we need to support you, bring in our cameras and our crew, and just elevate and amplify what you're doing live on the scene. So can you talk about maybe some of the events that you might be having coming up, or how can we support you?
Yeah, so I'm already excited about that. That I was like, exactly. So we're gonna do something in Dallas with one of our retail partners.
Yeah.
So let's look for that for January. Let's start off at the top of the year.
At the top. Yes, I love that. Yes. And we can come to Tulsa, honey. We have not been there. I've never been there. And that would be a great learning opportunity for us to see the new reconstruction of what's going on in Black Wall Street. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And really understand that history, because sometimes we even say it from a place of like something that was, but it's like talking about your grandparents and your great grandparents
Yes.
and your family. It doesn't go away. The spirit of Black Wall Street, the spirit of Greenwood, which is the name itself,
Yes.
is so strong and is so vital that it is not something that just like washed away or just got burnt up. And so I'm excited as well. I just had a group here in Tulsa from Utah, the Utah Black Chamber of Commerce members and president, and the president of the New Mexico Black Chamber of Commerce convened in a delegation, and I led that delegation here in Tulsa and took them around, had someone do a walking tour with them. Some of the descendants of Greenwood spoke to them. We met with some business entities here. So yes, I am actively hosting delegations to come here. So we can definitely do something in that regard, and you all can tell that story and make people aware for your own knowledge and understanding, but then also for the ones that you all reach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we would love that. Thank you so much for the invite. We're
Yeah.
family now, so
We're family.
we don't need an invite. We'll just pop up anytime in Tulsa. Like, what is Black Business Live doing here now?
Yeah.
Just popped up to come in and see what's going on. But you all do annual events there, I think. Isn't there like a annual commemoration for Greenwood? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there is the Legacy Fest, which is the annual commemoration put on by the Terrence Purcher Foundation. And that happens May 31st, June 1st.
Okay.
Is it a very right time here? And it is an observance and commemoration. There's usually a concert. There's a business forum. There's a whole lot of activities that happen during that time. So that is a great time to come and really soak in and get all of that full experience as well. So yes, there are some very poignant events that happen here.
That's exciting. And we'll certainly circle back to make sure that we can make a live show out of that. But let's go back to manufacturing, because it intrigues me a lot. I'm very passionate about manufacturing, and I believe Belva knows that. And she's also quite passionate on that front too. Tell us about the challenges you faced, because it's one thing to make a formulation in a lab, right? It's another thing to find a good contract manufacturer to replicate the exact thing. Then at some point, you probably want to have your own manufacturing facility, or you probably have one already. Tell us about what it's been like, just going into that path for your business.
Yeah, what I've learned is that for us, everyone is different. But for us, it is, we have a special sort of case scenario where I started off with a chemist who retired from Estee Lauder, who had time on his hands and worked with me, mentored me on, how makeup is made, all the things. Like that's what we did. And that was special, because they gave us the opportunity they gave me the opportunity to learn the behind the scenes part of it. What I understand now, after my chemist passing me along to his former colleague, who opened up a state-of-the-art manufacturing in Houston, Texas, where I'm from, is that owning and honing in on an entire manufacturing facility is not particularly necessary for a brand like mine. So, however, it is very important for us to have insight and have the capabilities to experiment, to formulate, but then also to scale and produce. And so we're able to do that with our contract manufacturer, and we're able to have really good relationship where we're able to go in the lab, work on formulations, work on different ideas, really put in play different things, but then at the same time, be able to produce them right in my backyard or where I grew up. And that happened. A lot of products are made overseas. And you can look in your own makeup bag and things like that, personal care products, and you see it. It says it on the product. For us to be able to be made in the U.S., in right here. A lot of our products are made in the U.S. And to have insight, and even if we're formulating in the U.S., that is something extremely special that we're able to do. And I have, back to that community piece, instead of us only just producing these products and sort of, being fine with that, manufacturing these products and being fine with that, I've actually taken girls and groups to our manufacturing facility where we manufacture our products. And they have experienced being a chemist for the day.
Oh, nice.
They have spent an entire day at the lab in the manufacturing side of things, all of that in the ingredients and how things come in and seeing the whole scope of that process. And the reason why I did that was because I had no insight on the scope of that process growing up. And I, and that could have helped me to make different professional decisions as I started to come into my career and what I wanted to be. And so I just wanted to give girls and young ladies insight into that to help them to make decisions based on, that and what classes they should take and what school they should go to, all of those things, and how they should study based on that experience and that insight. And so, so our manufacturing is mostly happening in Houston, and it's happening through a real partner, but it is one that is very intimate in regards to the way that we're able to produce and formulate, as well as expose others to as well.
So you're a truly true made in America brand. That's just something to be so proud of. Made in America, formulated in America.
Yes.
You're also teaching girls around STEM and the science of cosmetology. I mean, that is so much success right there. So congratulations for what you're doing. Because sometimes especially this year, when they made the announcement about Made in America, it was almost like Greek to certain people. Like, how is that even going to happen? But and here you are telling us how you've been doing it for so long, and you're not just producing the products, but also educating and helping to groom the next generation of leaders who are going to be in that space as well. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you, Kim.
Yes, because we say here all the time at Black Business Live that representation drives aspiration. And so you giving back and pouring into those young ladies and maybe young men too.
Yeah.
And giving them an example, being a living example, first of all, and then showing them from the end, right? So they can see the success that LAMIK is already a brand in the stores and doing all the things, but walking them through that process of how you got there, right? And how you create the formulations and how you determine, what's the next brand and everything that goes into it. I think walking them through that and gives them an idea of, I can be a chemist. I can be, a brand specialist. I could be an influencer with the brand. I mean, there's so many opportunities for them to figure out where do they fit and what might spark their interest to continue living on the legend of who Kim Roxie is, right? As a pioneer here in art in this day and age. I think that's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, sorry, go on.
It's good. I think it's good. And also, I mean, believe it or not, people may not realize that usually men are the ones and that are chemists. They're the ones who majored in chemical engineering and then went off to become chemists, or they're mechanical engineering and then Western machinery for the products. So people be surprised, the cosmetic industry being a male-dominated industry, and you just assume that because of the consumer, but you can't look at the consumer. That can be it's very fooling because the consumer doesn't match up to the producer.
Absolutely.
And that's what you go after.
Yeah. But you're bringing representation to the full spectrum. Representation that I studied microbiology. I could easily play in your industry one way or the other, because you also have to look at the shelf life of your products, right? But being able to see yourself in the story, it's an amazing thing. And for girls to say, yes, I want to be part of this as well. Like, it doesn't have to be a man, a process engineer or whatever. I can be a process engineer and I can be a woman too. So that's the representation that we like to see and we like to drive through our podcast as well.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for us, Kim, before we go on? Because we have one more pending one that we just want to know. But before we get to that, do you have any questions for us?
I would love to know from you all what has been one of the challenges that you all working together have had to sort of get over to get your podcast out into the world. Like, we know that a lot of things are like relationships driven and things like that. How have you taken, both of you, what you've done in the past to bring that to what you do now to push the podcast forward?
I think it's really community. It's community. It's the people that that know you, that you've worked with or done stuff with, that you've heard their story, and they believe in that mission, and they're just contributing one way or the other to it. I think that's really what has contributed to the podcast being where it is now and where it's going. There's so much more in the horizon that we'll be sharing on in the coming weeks as well. But it's community. And I think that's the fundamental, and you touched on that as well, is when communities rally together and believe in something, there's a lot that can be done. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing the podcast in the first place, is so that people are aware of the work that is going on with successful entrepreneurs, and we can all rally round together to support each other to do even more. So it's community, really. That's it.
Absolutely. And that's the only way that we're going to make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can only go so far by yourself alone, right? It definitely takes a community of folks to come together to be able to push the momentum forward. And one thing that I love about the podcast that we've created here is the synergy that Tolu and I have, right? Coming together from different backgrounds, marketing, creativity, and strategy, and microbiology, right? And you go, how does that fit in the podcast? But it's really process driven. And so we're very technical, we're very anal about things, but we want the message overall to be able to land in our community for Black people, right? Mm-hmm. So many people, businesses are having to pivot because of all the things that are happening in the world right now, the economy specifically. So we said, this is a global podcast. This is affecting Black businesses worldwide. Yeah. And this is a place where we can come together and share resources and the process. What was the process? How did you go from ideation, right, to manufacturing such a brand, a global brand, right? And sharing those ideas with people, because there's quite a few folks that are sitting here that are watching our podcast and saying, I have these patented ideas. I want to, have a beauty brand or a hair care product or, manufacture bags. We've had such a great response with the folks that have been on the show so far. Yeah. And in the manufacturing space, from beauty to other products. Mm-hmm. And so just having that representation and being able to inspire and motivate and encourage other people to say, hey, Kim Roxie can do it, so can you. So can you. Yeah. We've done it, and so can you. So coming and having a place where folks can share that type of information and resources, it's the sweet spot.
It's a sweet spot. Yeah. And and that's where we're here. And going back to that question, Kim, we're here to also amplify what you're doing. Yeah. So if we were to ask you, what is that one thing that you would like our community to know about LAMIK, and also what is next for Kim Roxie? What will that thing be?
So for us, and for LAMIK, I think that I just want people to put themselves in LAMIK and put LAMIK on them. That's the main thing. That's the reason why I created it. So just give it a try. That would be my main thing, is that you would experience it and you would try it and not just think about it, but actually be active on it. Because in this day and time, if you are not active on the things that you believe in and the brands that you believe in, you may not see them tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so you must be you must execute on that thought, or that, that you don't want to try. Okay, well, go ahead and try it, right? Like, go ahead and do the thing and go ahead and wear it and go ahead and talk about it and be a part of it. The time is now. So that's the one thing I would say about that for LAMIK Beauty. And what's next for Kim Roxie is a couple things. One is continuing to forge ahead, continue to press towards the mark of a higher calling. As I like to say, me being in the beauty industry is a calling. So I feel like I just have to continue to press towards that. And so actually being and showing up in the spaces that I am supposed to be at is one of the things I take very serious. So going out, meeting people. So if you ever meet me somewhere at an event or something like that, I love to engage with people and share what I know, or, just really engage and really just be on a human level, one-on-one with people. It's very important to be. We are definitely on LinkedIn, and I love to share my thought leadership there. And so any, ways that people would like to invite me in to be a part of their events that they're doing or movements that they have going on, please invite me as well. And also coming up in 2026, we'll be launching something new with LAMIK that I'm excited for everyone to be able to come on board with. It kind of reminded me of how when my girl said, she was a contributor, I'm like, we want to just sort of establish our community from a structural level. And so it'll give an opportunity for people to be a part of it from just like from a structural sort of ground floor founders club type of deal. And so I'm excited about that opportunity and what'll be coming up. So we'll definitely stay tuned to ways that you can continue to grow. And I'll say this, there is no way for you to engage with people with momentum and you not be able to catch the wave.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, count me in, because I'm not a Texan, as you can tell. I'm British Nigerian. I was dragged into Texas kicking and screaming, but now I've made Texas my home.
We've kidnapped her over here. We're not letting her go.
But I would love to support a Texan brand. So, and obviously, which other brands to support than a beauty brand? So, count me into your Farmers Club, and we'll be in touch because we are going to be supporting as well. You made me realize something about, as we were talking, I was like, okay, what products do I use in my makeup cabinet? And I was just doing a mental inventory of that. I'm like, I need to get myself some more LAMIK products. So thank you for inspiring me on that. And yes, we will be in touch, right?
We will absolutely be in touch.
Yes.
So yes. Thank you so much for the invite. We're family now, so you can't get rid of us.
Yes.
So
we're coming. We're coming to you.
Yes. And our doors are always open. So if you have meetings or something here in the Dallas area, just reach out, let us know. And we would love to catch up with you live and in person.
Yes. Yep. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much.
I am grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for giving me this platform to speak on. Thank you for allowing me to activate all the listeners who are listening. Mm-hmm. And I must say, yes, born and raised Texas, but by DNA, I am Nigerian as well. So,
but we're all cousins.
Yeah, yes. My Nigerian sister.
Love it.
We need to give you a name. Like we said, we're going to give Belva a Nigerian name, so we'll probably give you one too.
A whole ceremony, and it will be recorded. Yes. Love it.
At 16, I was actually kicked out of high school, labeled at risk. Really didn't feel beautiful in the neighborhood and the society I was sort of a part of. Felt like my complexion was too dark. Felt like my hair texture was too kinky, curly. So for me, the beauty industry and all of that was nothing that I thought I'd be going to, but it called me. I was in college. I needed a job. I started working a part-time job at the mall, helping women buy makeup at a makeup counter. And I fell in love with making women feel good about themselves. At that moment, I felt like purpose. I felt like I was purpose to work there, purpose to make these women feel good about themselves. And in turn, it made me feel better about me. So at 21, I did the craziest thing. I saved up $9,500. My mom gave me $500, and I opened up this makeup shop. Well, LAMIK, love and makeup and kindness. I just thought about the fact that we all are made up of love and kindness. That's what makes us beautiful, because beauty is revealed and not applied.